My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, you chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey guys, Grüße aus Deutschland, greetings from Germany. In this video I would like to do something else because Amber's getting on my last nerve. And Chantal too, oh my gosh. But ObeseToBeast, John is his name, that runs the channel ObeseToBeast, has posted a video on the 11th of January. I completely missed it. I just watched it, and while I was watching it, and don't get me wrong, I love the guy. He's beautiful on the inside out. He is proof that you can change your life, and I love everything he says, or almost everything. But when I was watching this video, I realized that sometimes I would say things that he says in his video in my videos, only I don't do it because my channel is not a weight loss advice channel, and I don't have a big history of losing a lot of weight that I could share with people, and my channel doesn't focus so much on ways to actually lose weight. What my channel focuses on is what Amber is doing on the internet, what impact that has on other people, especially impressionable members of the audience. Like I already documented on my channel that there are teenagers that actually want to be like her. And is it a wonder when you grow up with a role model like Amber Reed that all she ever does is stuff her face and lie about her weight and not stand behind who she actually is? That's what I'm going after on my channel. And what I would like to do in this video is react to John's video. But it doesn't matter that it's John. It could be anybody else out there giving advice to obese people on how to lose weight. But I would like to point out where there's a difference between what I say, because it only goes for Amber and Chantal, guys. It does not go for you. I've recently, and I'm so sorry, I'm feeling so bad about it. One person said, when you were being so strict with her, I instantly felt lazy and, and I ran to the, got on the treadmill. And I mean that is a positive a positive consequence, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to chew everybody's ass out because, again, I'm saying it for the 1 millionth time. I'm not without flaws, and I'm battling my demons, and so I'm not here to criticize anybody. And sometimes I do sound a little harsh, or one of the last few videos was so bad. Oh my God, when I yelled at her, just shut up, get on the scale, because she kept flapping and she kept starting up again. And I was like, no, this is after work. I cannot deal. But I'm not like this in real life. But I have a few feelings when it comes to what Amber is doing on the internet, what she's doing to other people, especially when they don't have the tools to defend themselves against her. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to get into detail, but you know. And so what I'm trying to say here is, please, everything that I say in my videos, take it as directed at Chantal and Amber. And not at yourself. I'm not, oh my gosh, that's the farthest thing from my mind. I would never call anybody out there lazy, or when I say, oh, the last thing she needs is another sedentary activity. I'm not trying to bash people that have to live a sedentary life because of, let's say, a disability or whatever. Of course not. I mean, I don't have to say that. You know, you guys that that have been around on my channel know that I would never ever even think things like that. But I just wanted to make sure people know, because my subscriber count's been going up like slowly but steadily, and so there are some people that have not heard me say things like I'm saying right now. And so I would like to react to John's video and explain where I would say something else in reaction to what Amber says in the video and why. So let's try that. It's a new format for me. And John, if you're ever watching this video, or his fans, please know I am one of your biggest fans. I also got in touch with you back then. I think it was in 2019 when you tried to actually help Amber. And I told you she's a lost cause. Trust me. I hate to say it. I mean, I would love for her to prove me wrong and have me eat my words. I would love for that to happen, but it's not going to happen. And he seems like such an innocent person, and I wanted to protect him, and so I reached out to him, but he kept going ahead with being in touch with her, and that blew up in everybody's face. And so, yeah, John, I love you to death, and to his fans, I'm not criticizing him. Let's just say a person on the internet says these things in response to Amber, and here's my response to that.
I was walking towards the mirror, and
but deuces already. I mean, I appreciate the dramatic music he puts in the background, right? But look at her already standing there with, you know, the deuces up and the duck lips.
Wait a minute, hold up. I know you ain't over here making a duck face. Girl, I done told you about the duck face.
And I just like noticed my legs are drastically getting bigger. I don't like my body. I hate my body more than anything. I have done so much damage to my body that is not repairable.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's
Hey, John.
video.
Love your background, by the way.
Today we're going to be talking about Amberlynn Reid. We have not talked about Amberlynn in a while. So I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of an update of where everything's been going.
I'm glad you're doing an update, but I'm also glad that you haven't done a video on her, because to me it always seems like pearl before swine. Pearl before swine. Yeah, that's exactly what that feels like, because you are just on the other side of the spectrum. You're such a wholesome, oh my God, let me fangirl a little more.
And kind of, you know, get an update on how everything is going, you know, now that we are in a new year. Before we do get into the weight loss stuff, there is a lot of stuff going on with Amberlynn's exes, and there's been interviews and stuff like that. We're not going to be talking about that in this video. If that's something that you are curious about, there are plenty of other videos that focus on that stuff. We're going to be focusing on the weight loss, or the not so much weight loss. That's what we're going to be focused about.
Okay, but while we're on the topic, yet again, we were talking about it in the comments too. I'm not holding my breath on... I'm repeating myself. I'm not holding my breath on Beck coming out and spilling tea. I'm not here for the tea anyway. I'm here to see, you know, people do well, and maybe even protect a few others that are not doing well, that are getting pummeled by people like Amber. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think Beck has it in her. I mean, you know, she just doesn't. And she has a lot to say. But then again, Destiny said so many times, I can't remember, or I can't speak on that. Because I don't know if they're not going through life consciously, or they just dissociate when they get into... situations that would otherwise be very painful. I do not know, but I'm not holding my breath on what Beck's gonna say, you know.
In today's video. So Amberlynn has obviously decided in the new year that she wanted to start losing weight again, which was something that she was actually kind of struggling with at the end of last year. So
not just last year, the last years. And somebody even did a compilation, I think it was like 2018, 2019, 2020 or something. All the things that she said at the end of each year, and it was so similar. It was like every year she's getting out the same list, oh, next year is going to be my year. I'm going to be focusing on myself, and I'm going to walk more, drink more water, blah, blah, blah. Once she even had a dry eraser board. I mean, at this point, it's just ridiculous, and I love the enthusiasm he has here, because it's almost like he has hope that 2024 is going to be different. I can't. John, you're such a good soul.
This video comes from, this was uploaded on, this was about 2 weeks ago. So
And see, he watches her video on her channel. No comment.
December 26th of last year, and then there's a little part in the video where she kind of talks about her weight, and so I figured that was a good place to kind of start here.
I real quickly want to answer something. A lot of people are like, how are you doing with your weight loss? Are you like losing weight? What are you doing?
Wait.
Like, because I haven't really been talking about it, and honestly, I have not been trying.
No, you've not been trying. It pains me. It physically pains me to see John sit there and listen to this crap.
I've just been eating like whatever I want. I have not even weighed myself since I last weighed myself on camera for you guys.
So that's something that we know that Amberlynn really loves to do when she is, in a weight loss arc, is to weigh herself on camera. That's something that she feels is very, very important. It's interesting to me because the thing with Amberlynn is it's always been so strange because clearly the vast majority of people that follow her are interested in weight loss or her.
Yeah, I don't know about that, John. I'm not sure about that. Maybe that's how they all start out, or most of them start out. And then when they see how smug she is and how she just keeps stringing them along, they turn into hate watchers. And then it's not so much about the weight loss anymore. And I feel from being in this community for 5 years, which is nothing I'm proud of. Oh my God. That, and also, to my defense, I took a 1.5 year break because I just couldn't take her bullshit anymore. I feel that a lot of people use her as a cautionary tale. I'm one of them. When I feel like I want to have something really unhealthy, I watch an Amber video, and to demonstrate myself what I could end up being like and looking like if I gave into every craving, you know what I'm saying? And so there are so many reasons to watch her. I'm also part of the group that uses her as a case study, like what is going on mental health wise, like how many disorders does she actually have, what might they be caused by, and just theorize about that, speculate about that, and look up more things. Like I had no idea what PWS was, the Prader-Willi syndrome, where you're lacking sense of
satiety,
eating cravings, binge eating, and so forth. And then also when we were talking about that other syndrome, actually it's a disorder, it's agoraphobia, where it says here, a person with agoraphobia is afraid to leave environments they know or consider to be safe. In severe cases, a person with agoraphobia considers their home to be the only safe environment, which is what I theorized a little bit on when I figured, yeah, she's barely leaving the house. When she has people around her. That has been the case for years. And I'm not sure if that is based on maybe her suffering from agoraphobia, which I was told when I was talking about this the last time, that this is a serious disorder that is really debilitating, and we should not say that Amber might be suffering from it because she's just way too smug about everything. But being smug could be a symptom of something else, because how can you weigh 600 pounds and be smug and arrogant and hateful like that? None of it makes sense in my head. But you know how we keep talking about these things, and so we're expanding our horizons. So many times in the comment section, people told me that they really appreciate how I just come up with things that might be the case, and that way open their minds to other things too, and not just to Amber is a mean person, point blank, you know, but that there might be reasons why she is the way she is, and that there are also things that she could be doing to get herself help, but she just doesn't do them, and that already makes her punchable again. And so it's interesting. I've come across so many people that had different reasons for watching her. And then, of course, there's also the aspect that so many like-minded people, I mean, I can only speak for my comment section. I don't want to say community because it's like a large community, the Amberverse or the Girl Wars. But so many like-minded people have come together and have made several really good friends over the years by doing this kind of content, and by also talking about myself and my own struggles on my other channel. And there are so many people that are not like Amber at all, and that's why they're so shocked that she is the way she is and has been the way she has been for decades now, without showing any signs of feeling the need to change at all.
Her losing, more so her losing the weight, and it's almost like she has, I don't want to say tricked herself, but that's what it feels like, tricked herself into being like, no, people watch me because they want to see my day in the life videos, or they want to see, you know, it's like the vast majority of people are there for the weight loss. So when you talk about it, of course, those videos are going to do better. And of course, there's going to be a lot of comments where people are asking, are you losing weight? Are you still trying to lose weight? I think regardless of how much you might try and fight that, or how much you like will say, I'm not a weight loss channel, the fact of the matter is that, as we know, in the new year, you've decided that you want to start losing weight, and a lot of your videos have become about your weight loss.
Yeah, but see, she doesn't. I see where he would be saying that to a different audience. I believe my audience is a different one. And like, this is the corner of the internet where people are just fed up with her lying all the time. And she, from where I stand, she's only talking about weight loss and being motivated to lose weight in 2024 because it's a new year. Yeah, look at the past 16, or how many have we watched now? 14 fake weigh-ins where she has not told us her real weight. And she just continues with the shots at the ceiling, and that is not even believable anymore. And anybody that's been watching her for years knows that she's just trolling the audience by these fake weigh-ins that she's not even putting any effort into. And yeah, so he's coming at it from a standpoint that she actually means what she's saying, and I never do, because she hardly ever means what she says.
Right? It's something that I don't think you'll ever be able to fully just separate yourself from. So I think that, like, trying really hard to do that is kind of pointless in my opinion.
Yeah, I give him that though. And you know, she says she's about to say, her channel is never going to be a weight loss channel ever again. But then again, she knows she's got nothing. She's got nothing, no hobbies. What's that with the Legos? You know, a few minutes here and there. Maybe she would make, or let me put it this way. Maybe she would attract a whole different crowd if she actually did her Legos on camera. You know, I don't know how they do it when they film their crafts, when people have like a camera aimed down at their hands while they're doing something, and maybe people would watch that. You know, Amber, if you're watching, maybe you could do that, or do another channel where you do that. But the weight loss content to me is completely uninteresting because, number one, I've learned over the years she lies about her weight. She lies about being on track. When you see that she's visibly gaining weight, not currently, she's not. Or I don't see it, at least. I mean, if she's packing more pounds into the fupa and the Gunt, that's invisible to me. But I know she's not interested in weight loss, and she's just flapping her gums because she thinks that's what people want to hear. And that also became clear in that one video that I recently peppered in, where she said she just doesn't want the backlash for gaining weight. She doesn't need the backlash. She doesn't want it. So she'd rather lie about her weight than get backlash, and she'd rather tell people what they want to hear, you know?
Opinion.
But like, I very much want 2024 to just be like so much of a better year for me than 2023 was. There was a lot of ups and a lot of downs.
I don't know what the ups were. Now I'm repeating myself because I've already reacted to this video. I don't know what she's talking about ups. Maybe increase in weight, because other than that, I didn't see any ups.
2023, I feel like this whole 2023 was literally a lifetime within itself, and I'm sad to see it go, but it's like I'm just ready to start.
I'm not.
Hey, but I remember, like, from her 2023, she started off in the middle of the weight loss surgery arc, a complete lie from the first minute she mentioned it until she said she's not gonna have it done. And Cakegate, oh my God, right? I mean, all these things that she did still hasn't come clean and said, yeah, I was being a bitch, and I want to apologize. I mean, I hadn't eaten that day, and so I was kind of mad and, or hangry, who knows. But she hasn't come clean on any of them. Or wasn't the almost dying, I almost died, wasn't that the title of the video where she choked on the potato from that, what's it called, seafood boil? And that was a joke, because that was totally copied from a scene from the movie The Whale with Brandon Fraser. And so a horrible year. And then she pretended to have that breakup, which for her, of course, was good because the views went back up, because that's what everybody wanted to see. I mean, who was interested in seeing Wipey's hands one more time, or her legs, and hearing that voice, but never seeing her actually, And so, yeah, 2023, I can see where she wants for it to be over and everybody to move on and not talk about that year again.
Like anew, and that goes for like just a lot of different areas in my life, and that includes my weight loss.
But she says that every single year, every single December or January, it's the same spiel. And she never means it, because nothing ever becomes of it. Nothing good. I mean, she just goes back to her old ways, When the month of January is over, she probably won't do weigh-ins anymore. I'm actually surprised that she's done this many. And she usually stops talking about how her weight loss is going, and then you see her gaining weight. I bet it's going to be the same this year. And again, I would love to eat my words. I would love to eat them. I'm just telling you what I perceive from what she's telling me. And I don't have a whole lot of hope.
So I do have some thoughts in my brain of like what I'm going to be doing personally, but like also what I am going to be like bringing to the channel, because I know you guys really like my weight loss content.
I don't know who does. I'm not sure who does. I mean, when she says she gets more views on eating videos, I would believe that. Because maybe people love to see a train wreck drive their train against the wall, their life against the wall. I'm not sure, but the weight loss content, who's really interested in that? Or is anybody out there that still listens when she gives diet advice? I don't. Frankly, I never did. And so I'm not sure what she's saying here.
Will never consider myself a weight loss channel, like ever again, like ever in the whole world. I literally just like consider myself a vlogger who wants to lose weight.
And in the very beginning, I think it was even the very first video, she said that she started this channel to inspire others because she's seen channels that have inspired her. Yeah, what happened to that? But that was, 11 years ago.
A YouTuber who wants to lose weight. Like,
I'm semantics. I'm not gonna say anything about that.
I don't want to be this like weight loss channel. It's never going to happen, obviously. But I do want to bring that more to my channel come 2024.
To be charitable, I think she was saying it's never going to be happen that she's going to be an only weight loss channel, because I really would be surprised if she genuinely was saying that she will never actually lose the weight. That's like
Nice save.
that's never going to happen. I do genuinely think that Amberlynn thinks that she can still lose the weight, which
I don't think so. No, I have to disagree. I think she's given up, and it seems like John actually takes her at her word. But maybe I don't know how to say this diplomatically. Maybe there's a way that she just lies to get the views. John.
is a good thing in my opinion.
So you guys might be hit heavy with a lot of weight loss content. I'm
already tired of it, and it's only the 17th of January.
hoping, which means like if that's happening, that means like I'm on track and I'm doing good and I'm thinking about it and I'm focusing on myself.
That would be believable if you actually lost weight and you didn't use the filter so heavily anymore.
And I'm focusing on trying to be like better for myself, which is a good thing. It's very Amberlynn coded for me to start
You're not gonna make that word happen. Honey bun, sweetie pie. Move on from that.
January 1st, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's gonna be happening. I mean,
I have no judgments of people that decide to start on January 1st. If that helps you start, whatever.
See, me either in general, but with her I know it's just bullshit. It's not even resolutions, it's not goals, it's nothing. It's just her flapping her jaws in order to get people that maybe just arrived at her channel, to string them along, like to make them think, hey, here's one that weighs 600 pounds. If she can lose 100 pounds, so can I. Stuff like that. But it never happens, and it usually takes people a while to realize that.
People that have like huge issues with people doing that, I just disagree. I think if that's what you want to do, if that is what helps you start, at least you started, right?
Yeah, if it had ever worked for her, I would buy it. And for everybody else, I would say, hey, good riddance, good luck. I wish you a lot of strength, and I hope you achieve all your goals this year. But with her, I'm like, yeah, right.
no one is surprised there. Like, it's not a big shocker. Hello, it is the next day. I just came back in from walking Twinkie, and I'm wearing my Barbie shirt. It has been a long time. So I remember there was like...
So there's a reason I wanted to include this is...
Okay, wait, Sean, really quick. I didn't make the remark when I reacted to this video, I believe. If you've ever seen her TikToks and where her cleavage is, look at where her cleavage is now, because she's not wearing a bra right now, and so they're hanging all the way down to her, what is it called again? I have it on my bulletin board in front of me. Guns. That is the slang word for fatty area below the belly button and above the pubic area. Okay, so no, that's not what her boobs are laying on. They're laying on the muffin top, right? If anybody knows a better word for that, let me know. But they're hanging down, and so her cleavage is, look where it's at. It's almost where her elbows are. That's where her cleavage begins, and now compared to her TikToks.
Basically, what she's saying here is that people felt that she bought a bigger size, because this shirt, when she first bought it, I'm just going to kind of skip through because it's just her kind of rambling about it. But as you can see, if you're looking at the video, you can see the shirt's a little bit loose. But if we go a few months ago when she bought the shirt, like a year ago, it was significantly tighter, right? So we'll go ahead and play that part.
It says Barbie.
I don't think this was months ago. This was in the old apartment, and they moved the old house, and they moved out of there in... Guys, help me. Was it 2020? So it was 3 years ago. And also, she's probably wearing a bra here, and that makes a difference.
Obviously, I'm the farthest from Barbie, so this is just kind of ironic, and it's just super cute. I don't know. I just love this shirt. So I got this in a size 6. Yeah, I don't know.
So size...
Yeah, sorry, John. Her boobs were not hanging as low as they do here, and so that might be the reason why it looks looser at the top, but it's most likely tighter at the bottom.
6 apparently is the biggest size that Torrid sells. The reason I wanted to show that was that, you know, Amberlynn has said that she has lost weight. And so I think that clip, you know, shows that maybe there has been some weight loss.
No, John. She did lose some weight after they had moved into the new apartment. That's when I took my break from her. But she gained it back.
But it seems like, I think something that Amberlynn does that a lot of people that have been following her for a long time have noticed is that, like, she, I guess you could say, rests on her laurels quite a bit, right? And so there was like, I think it was 89 pounds that she would bring up all the time. I forget the exact number, but it was like, I've lost 89 pounds. It was like, yeah, but you gained it all back, or like,
Yeah, a few times over. And what was I gonna say? Gosh darn it. Oh yeah, what she recently said, that she's not going to be able to go for walks because it's too cold out there. And I know that maybe what she might be taking into consideration is the fact that she can no longer buy clothes from Torrid because even size 6 don't fit her all that well, or she doesn't fit in them. But there are stores in the United States, online stores and walk-in stores, where you can get clothes up to size 10, I believe. I might be wrong, but I've seen them. I've been into one by accident because I didn't know what it was, king size. And yeah, and so maybe it's time to buy there, you know, and then she wouldn't have to use the excuse that she can't go for walks while it's winter outside or while it's too hot outside, which is what she told us in that walk into the tree video.
like you lost that 4 years ago, 5 years ago, right? And so I think that that's, again, it's like the reason she puts that in is because she does want to prove always to people that might disagree with her that, yes, she was able to lose at least a little bit of weight at some point.
Yeah, that's true. And what she always forgets when she mentions that is that she also was so weak that she gained it all back over and over again. That she didn't make it out of the 500s, that she kept getting closer to the 600s. Most likely she's at 600 now, if not over. I do not know. Again, to me it makes no difference. I just don't care for her lying all the time. She needs to stop with the lying, because even if she weighed 800 pounds, I wouldn't be any more loving or hateful to her. But I would love to see her become an authentic person, which she's so far away from. It's not even funny, you know.
And then moving on from that video, we actually had another video that was uploaded not long after that one. I think this was uploaded about like 9 or 10 days ago, so right around the new year. And she is talking about her 2024 goals here. And so let's hear what she has to say.
I'm getting back on track.
Like you say, every single year, and it's never happening.
Kind of actually wanted to talk a little bit about like my goals for 2024. I have a lot of like personal ones that I'm not going to share online, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, because there are none. I wish somebody would do another compilation, you know, starting from what, 2017 through 2023, what she said in December she would do the next year and what actually happened. I don't have the patience for that, though.
But I have those written in my journal for sure. But there are some that I would like to share with you guys. So,
John says she has a new journal. He's so cute, John. Don't watch her. It pains me to see you on the same screen with her.
The first one, I'm actually going to try my freaking damnedest starting January 1st to upload every other day again. That is ultimately my favorite YouTube schedule. I love it. So,
because you need the dough. Now I'm repeating myself.
Yeah, January 1st.
Shout out to a schedule, but I will say for myself, I don't like to set schedules because then it gives me way too much anxiety. And so, you know, if you're able to do it, more power to you, but that ain't for me. I'll just upload whenever I have a video.
Yeah, same here. And also, when I have a lot to say, I might be, you know, posting videos like twice a day or whatever. And when I don't have anything to say, then I might not post for a week. I just don't do well because I have so much scheduling to do in my, free time work. I don't need that in the remainder of my free time, you know.
And then January 3rd, and then January 5th, so on and so forth.
Oh, she's such an idiot.
So I'm also gonna weigh in every single day in 2024. I know a lot.
Yeah, I already clipped that part out, just so that I can, just so that I can throw it in her face when she dips out on doing the weigh-ins, which I could totally live with because I'm already tired of them. They're all fake. It's not the real weight. And so why show it? Why not just, at the beginning of every vlog say, okay, so here are my weights. That would be the same thing. Like, you're not showing yourself getting on the scale and your weight is not believable. Why torture your audience with all these damn clips?
A lot of people are like rolling their eyes, which is
Yeah, because why? Why do you do this? This is the thing that I do not understand why you do this to yourself. It does not make any sense to me. This adds so much pressure, and then that pressure turns into resentment, turns into stress, turns into anger, right? If the diet isn't working, the plan.
Yeah, when the plan isn't working. And also, Amber herself said it before, it frustrates her to weigh in or weigh herself on the daily because the fluctuations frustrate her, and then she's more likely to overeat. She said it several times on her channel, and she keeps going back to the same mistakes because she's just dense, And
it's not going according to the way you wanted it to. It's like, I don't get this. And I'm sure some people like the content and they think it's funny, and maybe that's why she does it. But like, if your goal is to actually lose weight and not have this tumultuous relationship with the people that watch your videos, I do not understand this need to weigh yourself on camera all the time. I truly do not understand it.
I think it is because she thinks that that's what people want. I don't know. Or this is how she can troll the most. I don't even care.
totally fine. But for me, when I'm weighing myself frequently, I'm paying more attention to my weight and the things that I'm eating. And that means I'm caring more about what the scale says. I'm caring more about my health, etc. The last few months, I've only stepped on the scale a few times. And that just really goes to show like my mental headspace towards.
Yeah, okay, but today's the 17th and you could have dropped 20, 30 pounds already in a month. Well, it's only half of the month. Yeah, maybe 20, 20 pounds because it's a lot of water weight in the beginning. But since you keep shoveling in the salt-laden food and the greasy food and what can you expect? But that's where I would just skip the weigh-ins, and say, okay, that was a mistake. I totally forgot that weighing in on the daily frustrates me, which is totally aside from the fact that the weigh-ins are fake. How do you still respond to that kind of stuff? And poor John is sitting there listening to it.
Yeah, and I'm to be clear, I'm not against weighing yourself, right? But it's about putting it online. If you want to weigh yourself, that's fine. I think that it's actually usually a good sign that someone is staying on top of it, right? When instead, if people, put their head in the sand and they just try and avoid it, that's when you see these big jumps and you're like surprised by them, right?
Yeah, and so you want to hold yourself accountable and you weigh yourself more often, but it hasn't worked for her. That's why I'm against it when she says she's going to do it again. Totally aside from the fact that all of her weigh-ins are fake.
Weighing yourself frequently, you're not surprised by anything. You're very on top of it. I don't have a problem with weighing yourself. It's her putting it on camera all the time because, again, if she's not doing well, she probably doesn't want to weigh herself, which means she probably doesn't want to film, which means she probably doesn't want to put the video up, which it just, in my opinion, I feel like it's just, it ends up turning into a downward spiral.
Like weight loss and stuff like that. So I really want to make a point to weigh myself every single day. And my goal is to share my daily weigh-ins with you guys. Yeah.
If they were actually you getting on the scale, I would appreciate it, but you are a liar and a manipulator.
Yes, 365 of them.
Yeah, and you know what? Pretty soon, Amber, we should be seeing some really good changes in your face and your shoulders and everything from you losing weight. But then again, I mean, guys, look at my last video where I showed what she looked like at 508 in 2023 and 508 in 2024. It's a joke. Maybe she needs glasses or something.
Unless 2024 is a leap year. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looked it up and Sean is going to say it.
Yes, it is. It is. She checks.
And then the last goal that I want to share with you guys is that I want to lose
Look at his forehead.
100 pounds in 2024. At least 100 pounds, but 100 is my goal. It's very doable. It's very possible.
Yeah, he's nodding because he knows it's possible when you put your mind into it and when you really, put in the work and the effort. Not this one here. Mm-mm.
And if I do that, then it'll put me at like the lowest weight I've been in, like, I don't know, almost
Yeah. Say that when you're there.
a decade. I just feel like I've had enough time to kind of adjust living on my own.
More than enough, because you're still getting so much help. You basically live like a teenager without any worries, but always pounding that I'm self-sufficient drum.
I've been very much using my adjustment period as an excuse to not like get on track. It's like I can only use that excuse for so long. So
I agree. And I think that I personally think that losing 100 pounds is absolutely doable. And I genuinely, and I know people probably don't believe me, I genuinely want Amberlynn to succeed. Like, I think that it is possible that she can lose weight.
I believe you when you say that, and I'm one of them. I believe that she could, if she had a completely different personality, and if she hadn't completely given up on ever losing weight. She could. It is theoretically possible for her to lose even 200 pounds a year. Who knows? If she put her mind into it, if she, worked out, if she went to a fitness center and stuff like that, if she really watched what she was eating. And, it's possible. But it's Amber. Come on, John. I know you have a different audience and you have a lot of people that are very successful at losing weight, and you're a very motivational channel.
I do. Do I think that there are so many things in the way of making that possible? Yes. Do I think that she herself a lot of times will intentionally maybe roadblock herself? Yes. Do I think doing this online is going to make it incredibly more difficult? 100%.
Yeah, because that's the only way she can make money. That kind of separates her from a lot of YouTubers. It's her only way to have an income. And that is very dangerous. And that's why we see Chantal and Amber lying as if there is no tomorrow, to a degree where they can't even, either it's body dysmorphia, or they're that delusional, or they are that stubborn when it comes to lying about how much weight they've actually gained. Chantal and Amber are both lying about the amount they've weighed and about their current weight.
But I do think it's possible, right? So clearly she wants to weigh herself every day and post it and then lose 100 pounds. Those are the more weight-related things that she is trying to do in this new year. Now, this is the most recent video that's been uploaded, and I kind of want to just play it from the beginning at the start, and then we're going to skip ahead a little bit, but I want to show you guys like how the weigh-ins are working and what she's been doing. So this is how they kind of all start.
hello, you guys. Welcome to a new vlog. So it is January 8th. So that means we have a weigh-in. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, he said. Oh.
Ready?
It's ready.
All right. Great, stepping on.
512.6 pounds.
Yay, 512.6. Very, very happy with that.
And it's fake. Come on.
Okay, you guys. So
John, why are you not saying anything?
512.6.
So what she's been doing here is basically she's been writing all the weights, and then the bottom here, she's been like, was I on track? It seems like New Year's Day she was not on track. And then she was on track, she was on track, she wasn't on track, right? So that's what the smiley or the heart means. I don't hate this kind of method of doing things. It's clear that this is something that she likes to do. But yeah, so I wanted to share that just to show you, what the what these weigh-ins are looking like. But we're gonna go ahead and skip ahead a little bit to when.
Yeah, and I actually like that too. And another friend of mine, Tennille, that you might be seeing in my comments here and there, she did that. She had a calendar and then she put in her weight. And when somebody actually puts their actual weight and you see them lose weight, or even gain weight. Tennille didn't, but you know, if somebody even gains weight and says, "Gosh, darn it, guys, you know, Thanksgiving really kicked me in the butt," and I couldn't couldn't keep my fingers out of the cookie jar or whatever, you know, I could totally relate. But this whole fake weigh-in arc is just horrible. It's such a waste of time, of her time and our time.
She's actually talking about what's relevant to this video.
Started, you know, January 1st, what are you doing? So I very much went back and forth between like, do I want to just like January 1st, cold turkey, like 1,200 calories.
What is that? Is she trying to be a rapper or what is going on?
No carbs, like go crazy? Or did I want to like slowly work my way into something that is more sustainable? So I know just from past Amberlynn that if I try to do something super crazy right off the bat, okay.
If she tries anything that is weight loss related, she's gonna fail right away, because I, again, believe that she has completely given up. She does not have what it takes. She knows what it would take to lose weight, but she's given up. And this is just her trying to hold on to her YouTube channel by saying what she believes the masses would like to hear.
I just realized I can't snap my fingers with nails. It won't let me. Cool. So
And he's nodding to this content. Poor John.
I know that if I was to just like be super crazy with it and be like 1,200 calories, no carbs, like just eating meat and cheese and all that, like I was gonna fail. But that was very much something that like was on my mind that I wanted to do, like very keto, carnivore style. But that is setting me up for failure, because not only is that super restrictive, but it's everything that I hate.
He hit the fast forward button. Man, I want to like cut out the entire segment because you and I have watched it already, and but I'd give a reference, you know, like when he starts talking about what she's saying here, so that you guys know what he's actually talking about. But man, it's so annoying to re-listen to this.
Okay, I don't hate meat. Meat creeps me out. I do eat it. You guys know this. It's not my favorite
Yeah, it's not Amberlynn contradicting herself again in one sentence.
thing in the world. So I said, scratch that. Let's be
I don't hate this. As far as what she wants to do and the way that she wants to do it, I am a proponent of doing things, you know, slowly. I do think that when you are the size that Amberlynn is, you have a little bit more leeway in being, I don't want to say extreme, but because you have so much weight on you, and to sustain that weight, you have to have so many calories, right? You can't.
That's what makes so many of us so mad, that she just doesn't lose any weight. So that means she ingests so many or several thousand calories every single day while flapping her gums about weight loss. Yeah.
And you can like cut a lot of stuff out and still be in a not a super intense deficit, or actually a pretty intense deficit is what I mean. Right? So, because if you're, you know, 500 pounds, say your total daily energy expenditure is 4,500 calories, 4,000 calories, right? Because of the size that you are, you can still eat 2,500 calories and lose a good amount of weight. But I think that it's shown that she has learned, in my opinion, from these past things.
He's trying to be so nice. She has not learned from these things because she's not trying. You know, up to this day, she can't even pronounce intermittent fasting. And don't get me started on the whole octopus thing and the Weight Watchers and the going vegan and all of that. She has not learned from anything. She enjoys eating tons of fast food and unhealthy foods, and that's how she's gonna go. Again, I would like for her to prove me wrong, but I don't see it ever happening.
And I think that those things aren't sustainable, and clearly they're not working for her, right? So.
And just for the records, and I've said this before, I had the same feeling about Life by Jen, and, you know, even when she sounded so motivated, and it, you know, it really clicked in her head, and she's going to do this and that and this and that, and I was like, yeah, she's not going to. And it's the same with Amber. She's still just flapping to keep stringing the audience along.
This is good so far.
a little bit more realistic. I want to order out less. I want to Not like, what I notice is nighttime is like where it's at. That's when
100%. I think one of the most helpful things that would help Amberlynn Reed out so much is learning how to cook very basic, healthy things. I know that she knows how to cook. She'll cook stuff every once in a while.
Come on, John. She does not know how to cook. Did you see what she did with the pork chops in the air fryer several times?
But like really getting into that and really leaning into that, because if you've watched her channel, you know that the amount that she orders out is insane, right?
Just like Chantal, same thing.
Right? Like almost every meal sometimes. It's so much. And so getting out of that habit, getting into the habit of every week going to the grocery store, getting the things that you need, maybe trying to teach yourself how to cook a new meal one time a week, right? And then sticking to those staple meals, right? Something that really helped me out is having like a few staple meals every week that I will eat multiple times in a week. And I know how many calories are in it. I know what the macros are. I know how it's going to make me feel. It doesn't require much energy to make. It doesn't take a lot of time. Those things are so helpful. And I just think that would help so much.
And I completely agree with him. And see, this is where I saw the difference. Like, he is creating content for people that are actually interested in finding out more about how they could lose weight, what would be a good way for them. And he's trying to point out the different ways. And I'm all about her not being able to do it. And it's not because I'm a negative thinker. It's because I read her energies. And she has been lying for years now about this. Even when she says, gosh, guys, you know, I really tried. And you can tell that there's a dupe in the light on her face. You know, because she hasn't really tried. She's just saying these things to keep that channel going, and it's very, very apparent. But I do appreciate the content John makes, because there are people out there that really would like to hear, just like Alan Roberts, you know, how he explains like when to eat proteins and how much and yada yada. I would never talk about that, but I find it interesting. And so it is interesting to see how John reacts to what she's saying. All I can see is she's just flapping. She's constantly looking at how many minutes she's into the video already, so that she knows how much more padding she needs to do. And so yeah, and we're different reaction channels or content creators, and doesn't mean that any one is better than the other. I just love how, you know, diverse this whole community is.
Instead of relying so much on DoorDash or these other, you know, places that will deliver your food.
I want to eat, I just want the foods. I got, you know, the munchies. I just want to emotionally eat.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. And you, how many times have you been talking about this, and you're still sitting there, basically the same weight or even heavier, flapping your jaws about it? I think in Amber's case, the times of flapping are over. She could, if she was actually into losing weight, like update us, like, look, I'm doing this and this time it's really working. Almost like she was being fake, of course, last spring when she was riding the whole weight loss surgery pony while gaining weight. You know, if she had actually lost weight, that would have been so great, and everybody would have cheered her on, or a lot of people would have cheered her on.
People fail at weight loss because they give in to their cravings and they overindulge and they eat too many calories. Period. That is how you gain weight. You eat too many calories. And it's simple. Say no.
Others would have dropped off from her channel because they would have figured, yeah, there's not enough drama here. I don't know. I don't know if I would be watching her. You know, I'm going to tell you like it is. I don't know if I would. I mean, if she lost weight, she probably wouldn't stop lying. And so there would still be enough to nail her against the wall for. And so I don't know. I just hope she turns things around, but I don't think she will, because there are no signs that she will.
I want to just like watch YouTube or a TV show and just like eat snacks. I'm not doing like breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm just eating what I want. You know what I'm saying? I want to like order My hair's stuck to my finger.
Yeah, and also you're repetitive. I wish I could cut this out.
I want to just like order takeout. That's just like what I want to do at night. That's very much like nighttime routine.
Nighttime routine. Okay, I always love when Chantal and her are talking about like, is she gonna say it or has she already said it? I don't know. But she sleeps like 7 to 8 hours a night. I doubt it. I think she's night active, and her logs on Instagram and TikTok prove that she is night active. And so these girls are probably awake all night when you should not be eating heavy foods, because the body is not set up to do that. The body wants to sleep at night. And so they don't sleep at night, and then they stay up until all kinds of hours when people like us go to work. And then they sleep, and then they say, oh, it's 2:30 and I haven't eaten anything all day. Yeah, because you were sleeping. That's why. And also what I think is going on with Amber and Chantal is that they don't sleep 8 hours in one piece, because Chantal has to have her CPAP machine, and either Amber is still sleeping sitting up, or she can only sleep like a couple of hours in one piece, consecutive hours. I'm not sure. But I think when she says she's sleeping 7 or 8 hours a night, she means number one, during the day, and number two, not consecutively.
Yeah, I completely understand this. And like, this is where I struggle too. Like, if I ever do quote unquote overeat or do something that I'm maybe not the happiest with, it's at night, right? Because of very similar things. Like, how I like to relax is to watch YouTube videos. Like, if my girlfriend will be the one to tell you that I like to watch them very loud, right? Like, it's something that I like to.
Come on, man, there are headphones, Just put on your headphones.
Watch something and eat. So I'm not saying that stuff is, you're not allowed to do that. These are things that I do. Is it the healthiest thing in the world? I don't know. But you can absolutely make something work while still having that routine that you like to do, right? I eat a lot of my food at night in front of my iPad watching a YouTube video. Like, that's very, very frequent for me.
But maybe he does it in the evening when he says at night, like maybe until midnight. But these girls are up at all hours of the night, and then probably take naps during the day. And that's why they're always so bitter, because they never get a good night's sleep and not enough REM sleep,
I'm so good all day long, not even really that hungry.
And that's bullshit too, and that's a lie that Chantal has been telling on her channel. Do you guys remember Tammy Lemon? I'm not sure where she is, and I haven't checked on her in a while because she hadn't posted in a few months, and then I don't know, she fell out of my recommended videos. But she always made sure that when she got up in the morning, she would eat something, even though she wasn't hungry, something with a lot of fiber, to last, so that she wouldn't even be tempted to binge eat. And I don't think these girls, Chantal and Amber, are able to go, being awake and not eat. I think they're telling lies,
And then nighttime comes, and I'm just like famished. Is that the word? So I told myself, let's not like continue that habit of like tons of eating at night.
Okay, you've said that so many times before. I don't even want to listen.
Again, this does seem like introspective and like understanding things that were going wrong. Again,
that's what it always sounds like, but she doesn't mean it, John. That's the basic problem.
Do we know if this is going to work? Who knows, right? But, for the person watching this that might be able to relate to that, this is good stuff to be introspective of, to realize these are things that I'm noticing. This is when I'm messing up. And a lot of people might be like, you didn't get to your size by only overeating at night. LOL, so funny, right? But the amount of food that you can eat at night, right? Say if it's a 4-hour window and you're going and you have your main meal, which is a huge amount of calories, but then you're eating a whole bag of chips, and like that can add up to being in a surplus easily, right? And so I understand this, and like what she says, right? Allowing yourself to have a little bit more during the day. And then I think part of the reason why that can be so helpful for people is that we get very good at rationalizing, right? And so if we're really good at rationalizing, oh, I've barely eaten today, so I can totally eat, right? Even though it's maybe a lot of food, but I've barely eaten. So, and then you know what? I'm going to have that bag of chips while I'm cooking it or while I'm waiting because I'm so hungry right now and I haven't eaten all day. And then you end up eating a whole bag of chips while you're waiting for the food to get there or whatever, right? Like, this is stuff that happens to a lot of people.
So I have been ordering takeout less. I've been cooking more at home.
Doubt it.
I've been making more positive choices.
And he's as good because he believes her. And this is part of the reason why I'm making these videos, so that maybe a handful of people come across my video and see, wait a minute, could she actually be lying this whole time? And then they start going back, and that's why I frequently show old clips of her where she said the same things before. She doesn't mean them. This is not just a food addict that has problems beating her addiction. She's smug on top of it all. She adds alcoholism. She adds gambling. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about her life. She doesn't care about her reputation. With the amount of time she's been trolling on her channel alone, she doesn't care what people think of her. All she cares about is having enough money to continue overeating.
A really good example, the other day I really wanted takeout, and to be honest with you, I wanted Jack in the Box. I think I'm like low-key addicted. Something about a Jack in the Box spicy chicken sandwich just really does something for me. And I usually don't like chicken sandwiches from anywhere, nowhere, but it's like, it's dry, it's crispy, it's good. And if I would
I'm just laughing because like a few minutes ago she was saying that meat grosses her out, but then she's talking about how good this chicken sandwich is. Okay.
I've ordered from Jack in the Box, I probably would have gotten a large curly fry. Not gonna lie to you, but we tried those stuffed jalapeno things. I probably would have gotten them too. So I was like, what do I do? Like, I want the takeout, but I want to make a better choice because, you know, I can't be having that Jack in the Box. Like, so I ended up choosing Panera Bread. I got the half and half. I did half chili, which was so freaking good. And then I got a half of a salad. Like, I can't even tell you the last time I ordered a salad from anywhere. Like, I do love salads. I know some salads can be over 1,000 calories easy.
I'm not a Panera Bread hater, and so I know people are like, Panera Bread's like overpriced hospital food. It is overpriced. It is overpriced. It used to be better, in my opinion. But again, this is where it's like, I think being a little bit more rigid, right? And saying, no, you need to go to the store or have someone go, however you get to the store. You need to go to the store. You need to have food at home that you cook yourself. It will save you so much money. It does not, like, you can find stuff that does not take that much time. I'm telling you, man, like, the reason that I don't love this is it already feels like you're making excuses.
Yeah, and she is. And now take into consideration that she can't stand up for long. She's still always leaning on something. The last few vlogs were her just sitting on that pillow mountain that she's creating for herself again. And it's not that easy when you're 600 pounds and you gotta stand up and prepare food, you know. And also, when you're 600 pounds, even if you have an island in your kitchen, the bar stools probably won't hold you. And imagine trying to sit on a bar stool with a shelf butt. I mean, there are all kinds of problems that we don't even take into consideration because we're not her size, is what I want to say. Not so much the weight, but the volume of her body, you know.
You're already making concessions. It's like, oh, you know, but at least I didn't get that thing. And then,
yeah, and I remember her saying last year, I think when she still pretended Wipey was around, which she was not, and she said, oh, we decided to not have takeout anymore. Then 1 week later, we've decided to have takeout only on Sundays. And then weeks later, she admitted to never having stopped ordering takeout or, you know, stuff like that. It's just senseless to listen to her because she's just flapping her jaws.
And it just slowly morphs into, okay, I'm going to get Jack in the Box, but I'm only going to get the chicken sandwich, and I'm not going to get the curly fries. Or I'll get a small curly fry. That's why I just...
Yeah, I wish she could do that, but she can't, and neither can Chantal.
This type of, like, already, we're 10 days, I think, as I'm recording this, 10 days into the new year, you're already here. It doesn't look good.
wait till the end of January, John. Uh-oh.
But thankfully Panera Bread does have the calories like on the Uber app. Plus it's easy to look up on MyFitnessPal. So I am trying to focus more on like 1, better choices. 2, stop eating so much at night. Try to like eat throughout the day so then at nighttime you're not as hungry. 3,
Hungry. I love how she says hungry.
if I'm hungry, obviously I'm gonna eat something. Eat less, obviously. And 4, which is my favorite, and it actually helps me so much, and I've done this in the past and it works really well. It's
Would be moving. She hasn't mentioned moving, has she?
intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting.
It's always worked for
She loves chocolate mint ice cream.
me. Like every time I do it, it just works so well. I eat in an 8-hour window and then I won't eat for 16 hours.
Yeah, but if in that 8-hour window you stuff everything down your gullet, it's still not going to count as a diet, and it's still not going to serve you in terms of losing weight. But you haven't understood that. And I also think that neither Chantal nor Amber are able to not eat for 16 hours. I absolutely don't buy it. It seems impossible to me because they're too hyper focused on eating everything they talk about now in their, like even Chantal, even though she's eating unhealthy meals and unhealthy portions again, why are they talking about food so much?
Which it can be.
Okay. This is like,
The poor thing, John. Keep hanging in there.
it doesn't make any sense because one goal is to eat more during the day, throughout the day. And then another goal is intermittent fasting, which again, yes, I'm sure you could do those two things, but like that, I just don't understand. Those are two goals that are almost diametrically opposed.
Okay, I don't know what he means by that. Diametrically opposed. Eat less. Well, I guess it all comes down to the basic line. If I was a diet channel or weight loss channel, I would probably say try to cut down the portions. Don't eat after a certain time at night. Try to get your sleep during the night and not during the day, which is not good for the hormones, and the sun is not up, and our bodies are still kind of tuned into nature. A little bit, not as much as they used to be, but they still are. And so it's so much better when you sleep at night and not during the day. And I saw that when I lived in New Mexico and I worked the morning shift, and I saw those night shifters come off their shift. They had shadows under their eyes. They were pale. And they looked like zombies because and I knew they were going to go home, eat something, maybe take a shower, and we don't sleep for the most part of the day, just to do the same over again the next day. And that's when I learned maybe there is some truth behind it being better to sleep at night.
Is that the right word? But like they are so opposite of each other. Like I don't understand. Like yes, intermittent fasting might have worked in the past, but clearly it didn't work.
No, it didn't work at all because she didn't do it. I don't think she did. I think she was bullshitting us.
And so maybe don't do that anymore. Maybe that's not the way for you. And that's fine, right? It works for some people, but maybe that's not the thing for you, especially if you're saying you struggled eating during the day and you're eating too much at night. Like that is the opposite of what you'd want to do. Intermittent fasting is the opposite of what you want to do if your goal is to eat more during the day.
But John, that's why Chantal and Amber keep contradicting themselves. Because they are not telling us what they're doing. They're telling us what they think we would like to hear to get off their backs about losing weight. You know what I'm saying?
Opinion.
Kind of difficult. So I have to like figure out when is the best 8 hours for me. So on average, I would say I get like 6 to 7 hours of sleep a night.
There she goes, 6 to 7 hours a night, not 7 to 8. And again, I'm going to say it again, not consecutive hours. I think that she's napping. Salah also said that Chantal sleeps a lot. And I don't think he meant like consecutive hours, but, often maybe. She lays down often.
So that's usually like 9 to 10 hours of me being awake and not eating, which for some people it's super easy. For me, there's a little bit of difficulty to that because like I said, once nighttime hits, it's hard. So I have scooted my 8 hours. My window of eating does end 2 hours before I actually go to sleep, which
What time is that, Amber? 2 in the morning?
works really well for me. And then last, I just move more. I'm just really wanting to work on my stamina this year. Like,
Yeah, but you said that a few months back, and then you kind of didn't. And just recently you were talking about your stamina being so great, and or was it even that clip here? And it's not even true. You're still leaning against things. I mean, if you had improved your stamina, it would also mean that you can stand up without leaning against or on something for a couple of minutes without being out of breath and having, to have that support.
overall, like in the last few years, my stamina has improved so much.
No, it has not, and I can't believe she's lying. And look at poor John. He did the work. And he's watching her, and she's the same weight that she was in 2019 when he got in contact with her. Damn.
If I can find the clip, I'm gonna put it in here. But there is literal proof of me online in several multitudes. I think that's the word I'm looking for. There's just a lot of proof online. Like I used to only be able to walk for like 1:30 seconds. Like there's a clip of me only being able to walk for like 2 minutes, and I'm so out of breath. It's frightening, honestly.
Yeah.
It wasn't frightening back then because you didn't change things, and it's not frightening now because you're eating yourself into that state again.
I'm gonna do an unedited.
So she posts posts this clip of her walking in place. So
No, it wasn't walking in place. She walked back to that tree and walked back and forth a little bit and then came back and then walked in place. John, not to be a nitpicker.
she's just walking in place again. I'm not gonna play it. It's kind of pointless. And she's like really out of breath after only basically like two minutes. It looks like. And
But John, it was in the summertime. That's why she was out of breath. It's hard to breathe for a 600-pounder when it's hot outside.
she's like really upset about it. And she's like, oh my gosh, But clearly, like if you look at her face here versus her face here, I don't know.
She didn't use the filters back then, John. She uses filters now. Look at this pic. Does this look oval to you? She's using filters. He's so innocent. Don't watch her videos.
I know people hate when you're like, oh, it looks like Amberlynn did end up losing a little bit of weight.
No, but she hasn't. She hasn't. You just gotta look at the full size. And sometimes it does look like it, but then, her mommy films her up close and then you see the shape of her face. Or if you compare TikToks where she uses, must be different filters than in her vlogs, and then you see the difference, and it's just mind-boggling. And if you don't watch every one of her vlogs, which I admire everybody on this planet that doesn't, then you wouldn't understand.
I'm just being honest, man. It looks like she has, right? So that is a good thing. But, there's still work to be done, right?
And it's nothing like that at all. Like I was able to walk around a science museum with my mom a couple months ago.
Lies, lies, and more lies. And plus, the Science Museum, I wouldn't even mention if I was her because she was filming minors without their consent or their parents' consent. Stupid ass.
For hours. We were there for at least 3 hours, and I sat down one time.
Yeah, the entire 3 hours. Dude.
Honestly, proof is in the pudding.
Yes, it is, and you can never deliver. You never deliver the proof. You just flap those jaws and you lie your ass off, and it's a mystery to me how people still believe you.
In my daily experiences, like me and my dog.
But it's innocent souls like John here. Maybe she lost some weight,
I'll go for several walks a day. I don't use scooters at the store anymore. Like I don't have to sit down to cook. Like I can clean for an hour at a time. Like,
oh yeah, right. Get out of here with that shit.
It's just like little things like that where it's actually it's crazy for me to say little things because honestly it's not. I guess for an average person that is like little things, but for me it's like huge. It's like
It would be if you were not lying all the time.
it shows so much improvement. Like it breaks.
Yeah, and like being able to do things on your own is huge. And like and I think she knows this herself, because like when she had that injury and she was bedridden basically, like she couldn't do those things. And she talks about how scary that was. Like that, for a lot of people that are her size, like that is a reality, right? And that could be a reality for her. So that's why I'm always like, I really hope that you're able to stick to this, because no one wants to live like that. And once that happens, man, it's quick, you know?
Yeah, but see, she doesn't care. She does not care at all.
It is a quick downhill slide.
Breaks my heart to see that old footage of me.
No, it does not, because he still stuff that face on the daily. Several thousand calories a day.
Like barely being able to do anything for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is nothing now.
It should break your heart, but it should also scare you.
Exactly.
And I don't mean that in like a mean way, but it should scare you, because that is possible and that could happen again. So do not take for granted what you can do now, and that should motivate you to work your ass off to
Yeah, and she doesn't, because she keeps going the way she's been going.
make that never be true again.
I think she doesn't care. I think she knows she has made peace with the fact that she's gonna go like Life by Jen did.
Right? Because it absolutely could be. You know that as well as anybody.
To me, and I'm so glad that like I have documented those things, because it's like I could be sitting here saying it all day, like, hey guys, I only used to be able to walk for like 2 minutes, and now look at me. It's like,
Dude, okay, I didn't say it when I was reacting to that clip, but I'm gonna say it now. She documented a bunch of things, like, okay, so 2 minutes and 20 seconds, she was walking around, she was completely out of breath. Now she's out of breath when she's sitting on Pillow Mountain. I mean, where's the improved stamina is what I would like to know. And then also, she keeps priding herself in documenting things on her channel. What she documents are the bad things. Her stuffing her face. I mean, come on, how many mukbangs are on her channel? If they all got demonetized all of a sudden, holy smokes. I mean, it's not like she's still getting a whole bunch of views, so she wouldn't lose a whole lot of money. And I didn't report her old mukbangs, only, since the terms of service on YouTube have changed, concerning eating disorders, right? But so many mukbangs on her channel. But when she says I walked a mile, I believe, I can't remember her name. What's her name? Another weight loss girly. Can't remember her name. But she walked a mile and she filmed the entire thing. Why not? Why not post a 52-minute, if that was all true about the 1 mile walk? Why not film the entire time? With all the huffing and puffing and stumbling and cussing and I don't know what. Why is it impossible for Amberlynn Reid to document a 1 mile walk? Why does she think she can bullshit her way through impressing her audience with being real when it comes to weight loss? She's not. She's a bullshitter. She's a chronic manipulator and a troll.
actually being able to see that is just crazy, and it just breaks my heart.
Yeah, okay, good for you, but you see that, we do not. We only see you bullshitting your way through these logs, and so move on.
I feel so disconnected to that
I feel so sorry for John. Look at him. He could be watching something that makes him smile,
person, like who I was.
Or he could be reading a comment that says, "You're such a great inspiration to me. I lost 50 pounds because of you." And it would make him smile.
And people constantly ask, like, how is it possible to be around the same weight but have better stamina?
Yeah, the same weight, 600 pounds, and you're still the same weight. And that's why your mom said that. And that's why you didn't protest at all during that clip, you idiot.
Because building stamina and losing weight are two completely different things.
She was so in her TED Talk mode that she didn't even catch on.
I was able to every single day work hard enough to...
Don't talk about working hard enough while you're still sitting there looking the same. You're completely forgetting that if you want to make your audience believe that you are serious about losing weight, eventually you're going to have to start looking smaller. Dude.
To work on my stamina and build my stamina, because for someone my size, it doesn't take much for that to go away. Let's say I get really sick and I'm in bed for a week. Like, my stamina is going to lessen drastically quickly.
Yep.
Oh, the drama of it all. Then try to get healthier. You know, your immune system is also gonna benefit from you going out into the fresh air and not saying, I can't go for a walk now because now it's too dang cold.
Because of my size. So the fact that I'm able to do the things that I'm able to do at the size that I am is because I actually try. And I know my mom doesn't come from like a bad spot at all, but like, she has told me, like, she is shocked with the way that I am and the things that I do, because like, she only ever saw like some of my YouTube videos. Like,
Okay, so I don't think that I really have to go anymore on playing that.
Thank you, John. I really appreciate that.
Think something that I've noticed with Amberlynn over the years, like covering her, I guess you could say, talking about this, is that it seems like Amberlynn has this genuinely, I would say almost enviable, but maybe not, ability to celebrate really small victories.
And even adds victories she hasn't had yet. And tries to get recognition and praise and credit for things she has not accomplished. That's how ignorant she is.
That a lot of other people really, I think, would benefit from. What I mean by that is a lot of people, when I talk to them about wanting to lose a significant amount of weight, they will, you know, they have 100 pounds to lose, and they cannot celebrate any milestone other than the 100, right? Like, they just think, I have 100 pounds to lose, that's when I'll be happy, right? But Amberlynn is able to celebrate every half pound, every 0.3 pounds, to her detriment, though.
Yeah, or like somebody said in my comments yesterday or the day before, she's the kind of person that has on her channel, she weighed in, she had gained a pound, and she was proud of it not being more, that she hadn't gained any more. That's how far down the drain she is.
And that's where the issue is that, like, you know, we talked about the 89-pound things forever. She like would tout that number about how proud she was of it, but again, it was like clearly a foregone conclusion that was in the past, right? And she was still talking about it, and it still seems like that's like something that's happening now, is that almost like over celebrate these little things. And
yeah, and adding things that she did not accomplish to that list.
that sounds really weird for me to say, because most of the time it's the opposite. What I'm telling people is, like, you need to be happy with all the progress that you've made and all of the little steps that you've taken.
Exactly, and that's what I would be saying if I wasn't talking about Amber and Chantal. I would tell you guys, celebrate the little, you know, successes. I do that, you know, or if I've made it through another rough week at work or whatever, you know, celebrate and be proud of yourself, and or have a gratitude journal where you write down what you're grateful for, you know, what you've accomplished, what you're proud of. And I would say that in my videos too, if I wasn't constantly talking about Amber and Chantal.
But sometimes it feels like Amberlynn celebrates the little things too much, and it just derails her to where she doesn't make any progress because she's too busy celebrating the tiny steps she's made.
Exactly.
When she doesn't realize there's a whole mountain in front of her that she still has to conquer, right? And so that's like one of the main things that I've noticed with Amberlynn, and one of the main things that I feel like she's struggled with. And it's the same thing when it comes to, she beats herself up way too much about quote unquote failing or messing up. It's like,
I absolutely disagree. She doesn't do that. And when it sounds like she does it, she doesn't mean it. Because she knows it's a direct consequence of her overeating on the daily. And so when it comes off especially fake when she says that she feels bad about having gained or whatever. It doesn't come off as authentic.
these are two extremes that she goes through, is like over celebrating these little things and then over destroying herself, I guess, when she maybe messes up. And like, you have to take a step back and like smooth it all out and just understand this is a journey that's going to have ups and downs. You don't need to overreact over every little peak or valley. Right?
Also, in Amber's case, she doesn't understand that it's not just weight loss, it's also your personality. You know, you take accountability for your words and actions, and there are ups and downs. And it's okay to be wrong, to have done something wrong and admit to it. Especially her reputation is already completely ruined on the internet. I don't know why she's always like, I didn't do that, or I don't feel bad about this and that, and I don't know what you guys are talking about. She's completely detached from reality when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to her body, when it comes to her soul, to her personality, to her goals in life, to her role in life. Like, how does she contribute to society in a positive way? And not just saying, I need to pay my bills, and so I'm going to lie my ass off on the internet. I don't care what people say about me, because I just want for them to view my videos and shut the fuck up, you know?
Right. But again, that's just my opinion. I would love to know what y'all think down in the comment section down below.
Okay, I didn't do it in your comment section, but I did it in this video. Maybe you come across it. I'm going to tag you in it. And, John, I love you. I love what you stand for. You're beautiful on the inside and out. And this video was not meant to criticize you in any way. It was just meant to point out why I sound more harsh in my videos. It's because it's the amount of time that Amber and Chantal have both lied and have basically gone down the same road, and that is the road that Life by Jen has taken. And I hope they're going to be able to turn things around, but coddling them apparently did never help, because look at what happened to them. Look at how they've increased in size and in smugness and arrogance and all the bad traits, but not in the good ones. And so, yeah, no harm, no foul, no attack. I'm sorry about the freeze frame. Wait.
If you have any
There it is, the pretty. And, yeah. I hope you like this kind of format. I'm not sure if I'm going to do more of these. Maybe not so much Amber related. We'll see. I feel changes coming on. And I've had them swirling around in my head because Amber and Chantal are just so boring now. And yeah, we need more stuff. We need the brain massage, you know? And yeah. I'll see what I can do for you. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for watching this. John, thank you for providing the content here. I'm going to link his video below. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.